let's talk about translating from the English language to algebra. I've written two problems, I've written two sentences here that actually show two very different algebra expressions. The first sentence says, twice the sum of a number and 7. The second says, the sum of twice a number and 7. These two sentences have the same elements. Both contain the word twice. Twice means 2 times a value. Both contain the word sum. Sum is a mathematical term that means the answer to an addition problem. Both of these sentences contain the expression a number, and 7. Let's look at how when you translate these, because of the change in the wording, the order of the words, we actually have two different math problems represented. Twice the sum means that we're going to take 2 times a sum. 2 times a sum. And we said the sum was an answer to an addition problem. So when I write this problem, what I have to do is say that I'm going to take 2 times an answer. Well, I don't know that answer yet. I don't know what the problem is yet. So I'm going to use parentheses to show that first I have to find that addition problem, calculate that addition before I can take twice. The addition problem here is a number and 7. A number is going to be represented by a variable. You can use n or x or whatever letter you choose. And then the number 7. Probably the best way to write this would be to not use the x in this case, but just show that 2 is being multiplied by this quantity. So probably the best way to show this answer would be to have a 2, and then in parentheses, n plus 7. That shows twice a sum. Twice the sum of a number and 7. How is that different from the next problem here? The sum, this time of twice a number and 7. The sum means the answer to an addition problem. So I'm going to add. What am I going to add? Well, hopefully 2 ideas. One on the left of my my plus sign and one on the right of my plus sign. One good trick when translating is to look for the word and. Something and something really shows us the 2 values that are going to go on the left and the right of my operation symbol. In this case, I'm talking about a sum. Sum means addition. So I'm looking for 2 things separated by the word and. Wherever I find the and is where I'm going to put that plus sign. So twice a number is going to go on the left because I have twice a number and 7. Twice a number would be 2 times my value of n. In the first problem, I had to put parentheses. I had to put parentheses because I'm saying twice a sum. Here, I did not need parentheses because I'm taking twice a number. And I'm taking the sum of that and 7. So the parentheses are really the only difference that separate these two problems, but they're very different problems because of the way that they were worded. Let's look at one more example with translating. Keep in mind that word and. We're going to look for the word and that's where our symbol is going to go, our operation symbol. This problem says the product of 5 and the sum of a number and 6. Product means to multiply. Sum means to add. So I've got an addition problem and a multiplication problem here. Let's look for the word and to figure out where our symbols are going to go. Product. I'm going to multiply something times something. Well, product is a multiplication. So I need to figure out what goes on the left of my multiplication and what goes on the right. If we find the word and, we can figure out how to separate left and right. The product of 5 and, there's our trigger word. 5 is going to go on the left of the multiplication symbol. What's going to go on the right of the multiplication symbol? A sum. I'm going to multiply 5 times a sum. Sum is the answer to an addition problem. I need to show parentheses here. I don't know what that answer is until I find it. So I can't multiply 5 times the answer until I find the answer to this addition problem. What goes inside my addition problem? Look again for the word and. This time I'm looking for the sum of something and something. A number and 6. So a number is going to be represented by a variable plus 6. Again, the best way to write this is not to use an x to show multiplication, but to write 5 and bump it right up next to my parentheses to show that it's being multiplied by this quantity of n plus 6. That's the best way to write the product of 5 and the sum of a number and 6.